Hi, I'm Kelly Brucker, Tech Elevator's lead career coach. Our team is really excited to have an opportunity to give back to our community during this crazy time we're currently in. On a daily basis at Tech Elevator, our amazing team of career coaches are helping our students by better preparing them for their next career after they leave us. And now we're really excited to have an opportunity to share those best practices and tips with you guys out there. Listen, I get it. It is a crazy time right now. There are quite a few things that are well beyond our control. For example, when we'll get to see a lot of our loved ones and our friends again. But there's one thing that's well within your control, and that is the things that you decide to do right now to better prepare you for your career. So let us help. We'll help you prepare. We'll give you all of the best tips, tricks, and tools that we usually share with our students. And we'll even give you an opportunity to engage with us and ask anything you want. So let's get started. You guys want to hear a crazy fact? Did you know that the average recruiter only spends 6 seconds initially looking at a candidate's resume? Isn't that wild? Just 6 seconds. You pretty much have 6 seconds to make an awesome first impression with that recruiter or hiring manager. And from that 6 seconds, they're going to decide, yes, I'm going to bring this person in for an interview, or no, I'm throwing that resume to the side. So it is so important to make that awesome first impression with your resume. During this video, we're going to talk with you guys about some of those tips on updating your resume if you've recently lost your job. So the first and most important thing you need to do, obviously you need to add your most recent job or roles if you had multiple roles at the company you just left. Really focus on maximizing the first 5 words of every bullet. And on that note, make sure you're using bullets and not paragraphs. As a former recruiter, I wouldn't even look at a resume if I saw big, wordy paragraphs. I want to see clean, simple, easy to read bullets. So back to my point about maximizing the first 5 words. Use really good, juicy action verbs. Try your best not to reuse the same verb more than once, and start each bullet with a great action verb. Try to avoid starting those bullets with words like responsible for, managed, created, because those are a little bit more bland. Also, avoid generic bullets like managed a team, created spreadsheets in Excel. That doesn't tell me anything. I want to know what impact you had on your team. What specific accomplishments did you have that nobody else in the team or nobody else in the company had? Also, whenever something is quantifiable, make sure you're incorporating numbers, digits, percentages, any kind of data. That stuff is great, and it's really going to make your resume stick out. So one of my biggest pet peeves is when I receive a resume that's longer than a page. If you have a reason to have a 2-page resume, maybe you have 20 to 30 years of experience. Okay, I can understand that. If you have 5 years of experience and you give me a 3-page resume, I am probably going to throw that resume away. I have met people with 25, 30 years of experience who've been able to create a beautiful 1-page resume. Less is more, I promise you. No one is going to read beyond that first page of a resume. So if you need to, feel free to remove jobs that are older than 15 years or older jobs that you feel are no longer relevant to your job search. Making sure that you're really maximizing the bullets under the jobs that are most relevant to your job search, and maybe taking some bullets away from the ones that aren't as relevant. And when talking about keeping that resume to 1 page, let's talk about formatting. Formatting is so important. Make sure you're keeping your format consistent. Clean, easy on the eyes, simple text, Arial, Proxima Nova, Helvetica are all great. Don't get too fancy and use these curvy, scripty texts. It's going to be really hard for recruiters to read, and they probably aren't going to give you the time of day. So again, make sure the formatting is clean, easy on the eyes, and formatting is consistent. An easy way to do that is using lines to break up each section. When I see lines on a resume, it makes it so much easier to read, and you can easily go from section to section and bullet to bullet. And key words. This is so important, especially if your resume is going through an ATS system. If you're not sure what keywords to use on your resume, take a look at some of the job descriptions you're going to be applying to and taking some keywords from there. But don't just take keywords if you don't have experience in them, because if you don't have experience in what you're putting on your resume, I promise you the manager will find out and you will be blacklisted. So only put stuff on your resume that you are familiar with. Only use keywords if you feel that they're a reflection of your knowledge. And finally, spell check, spell check, spell check. I cannot tell you how many times I have thrown a resume to the side if I consistently see spelling errors, grammatical errors. It's lazy and it's unprofessional. So take some time, spell check it. Give it to somebody else, have them look over it, and then give it to one or two more people. There's no such thing as too many eyes on a resume. The more people you have review it, the better it will be for you. Plus, you never know, they might have some really valuable feedback, and it's always helpful just to have a second or third set of eyes on your resume. Those are the most important tips we have that you can immediately apply on recreating and reformatting your resume. Keep an eye out for some additional resources and some additional presentations around recreating and reformatting your resume.